Sir Ribbit was a captain at sea. He would pace the deck of his treasured ship to see what he could see. To any other, it would be a mountain of trash. But when Sir Ribbit and his crew hear this, they laugh. "This bolt came from a toaster," he'd proudly proclaim, "and that sail from a curtain, though never the same." His crew made of a cricket, a squirrel, and a mouse. He made every plank from scraps of an old house. The lake stretched far and wide like a watery maze, but to them it felt endless for days upon days.
"Full speed ahead," cried Ribbit boldly. "We must catch the wind while it's blowing." A massive storm loomed on the blue horizon. "We must find an island," said Sir Ribbit, wise and risen, "to weather the winds and the waves crashing through, so we may return to our family and friends. But remember," he said, "not all's what it seems. This ship made of scraps still carries big dreams. What looks like trash to one, freedom to others, a floating home for our band of brothers." The waves rose high and the sky turned black. Rain poured down and the winds pushed back. The battered sails flapped wild in the breeze, while Sir Ribbit shouted, "Hold steady, please." The beetle held the ropes, the squirrel took the wheel. They had teamwork, it had heart, it had zeal. They patched up the leak with the thimble and thread, then bailed out the water with the walnut instead.
The storm finally passed with a shiver and sigh. The stars peeked out through a tear in the sky. Sir Ribbit smiled. "We've weathered the sea thanks to a ship made for creatures like me." They reached the small island by morning's first light, the ship still afloat, though a humorous sight. The others who doubted just stood there amazed, as Sir Ribbit's crew was honored and praised. "This ship tiny and ugly she may be, but she's the best ship on all the sea. Whether winds blow or the waves rise high, she always brings us home every time," said I.
So when you see junk and feel quick to sneer, remember that worth isn't always clear. What's trash to one might be treasure to two, like a curtain for a sail, or animals for a crew. And when you meet someone who's smaller or new, don't judge them too fast, join their crew. For courage and kindness and clever design can come in small packages just like mine. Each morning the crew would hammer and patch, fixing a rudder or tightening a latch. With bottle cap lanterns and spoons for oars, they'd polish the deck and repaint the floors. What once looked like junk to a passerby's glance, now simmered and shine like a ship from a dance. For treasure, you see, isn't always in gold. It's in what you build and the stories you've told. Friends are plentiful, let's name who we see, and tell their story and how we came to be crewmates that sailed together on this jewel in the sea. There are 10, including me. Would you like to count and see? Meet Clarence the Clam, quiet and shy, dependable, strong, with a watchful eye. He cooks the meals, both warm and hearty, to keep us strong on every journey. He came aboard from across the land, drawn to the sea by adventure's hand. Meet Mary the Mouse, quick and nimble, light and fast. She works the rigging in a flash. Up and down, she zips with grace. The sails obey her swift pace. She left her home, with nothing left. A tiny heart, a quiet step. But sailing with me, she's come to see. Not all that's thrown away lacks worth. Trash can be treasured. Just wait, you'll see. Here we have Barry the Beetle and Fred the Fly. They're our lookouts, soaring high in the sky. With many eyes, they scan the seas, spotting what others might not see. They come from part no map has shown. They keep to themselves and stay alone. But even in silence, their wisdom is bold. They know full well not all that glitters is gold. That's 4, plus me, now we are 5. Halfway there, let's go find who else might arrive. Meet Stacy the Squirrel, the first mate on deck, with stripes down her tail and a scarf round her neck. She hails from a forest, a sea made of trees, where the branches sway wild in the whispering breeze. She's clever and quick, with a sharp little stance. She once raced the wind from branch to branch. Then comes Terry the Tick, so small and slick. He rides on my shoulder like a parrot might stick. Not a pet, but a friend I hold dear, with a spot on his back that draws some to sneer. But to us, he brings laughter and brightens the view. There's not one soul on this ship he hasn't helped through. Where he's from, he won't say, just shrugs with a grin. But each time there's trouble, he always jumps in. Carrie the Cricket comes next in our song. She makes the music and hums all day long. She twirls on the deck whenever she can, spinning and singing our ship's biggest fan. She come from a land where the grass grows tall, and join me at sea to find tunes that call. Along comes Gary the grasshopper green, who hopes with grace that's quite serene. He doesn't speak not a whisper or peep, but Carrie talks plenty, so secrets still keep. For he's seeking a ship that feels like home, a treasure that travels now that suits him fine. And he's called our ship, it seems like fate's design. Now, we come to Larry the lizard, jack of all trades. He fixes the ship in the sun and the shade. It's the perfect job for one such as he. Clinging to the hull is as easy as can be. He swims like a fish, though not better than me. And when danger appears or the sky turns gray, we all shout, "Larry, help me." And he saves the day. Last one to know is me, Sir Ribbit, you see, captain of this ship and master of the sea. I stand at the helm and keep the course true. Not chasing gold, I've a better view. I've found my treasure in laughter and love, in the wind and the waves and the stars above. This ship, they call junk, a tub made of stuff. But to me, it's a jewel strong, brave, and tough. So close your eyes, dream, and hear how it sings. Sometimes treasure hides in the simplest things. What others call trash may be more than enough. It just needs belief and a little bit of love. Now, you know me and my crew. We've got one open spot, and saving it for you. It doesn't matter who you are, a shrew, a bat, or a beetle from afar. You might flap through the night or crawl nice and slow. Be a turtle or toad with nowhere to go. If you've got the urge to seek what's true, a treasure that lives deep inside of you, then climb aboard and come be bold. Just remember, what glitters isn't always gold.